What's poppin', ladies and gentlemen? Darhkseid here, man, and I'm back with another video. And today we got some news regarding the reveal trailer for UFC 5 that's coming in a couple days now. So I thought it'd be cool to go ahead and check out the last UFC reveal trailer, which was for UFC 4, to kind of see what we could expect going into the UFC 5 reveal trailer. Go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so we know UFC 5 reveal trailer is coming in a few days, so let's go ahead and hop into the UFC 4 reveal trailer and see kind of what we can expect for the UFC 5 reveal trailer. Typically they do have like a reveal trailer and then a gameplay trailer as well. So I'm assuming we're going to get a gameplay trailer just like we usually do for the UFC games, but it will be coming sometime after the reveal trailer, of course. Let's see what we had in the UFC 4 reveal trailer. See, that kind of gives us any hints towards what we might get in the UFC 5 one. And really the important thing about doing this is just kind of seeing like, will we get mostly cinematics, things that we never see in game, or are we getting mostly in-game gameplay? And everything we've seen so far right there, obviously, besides the actual fighters themselves, is in-game gameplay. So we should be able to expect the actual graphical fidelity of the game will be in the reveal trailer. So you see, this is all in-game gameplay with actual in-game fighter models. So none of this is like CGI, like in-engine gameplay where like it's not what we're actually going to get. This is all of the actual UFC 4 fighter models. So we should be getting similar things with UFC 5 where we get actual fighter models. So we see something that looks very good, I would assume that's going to translate to the actual gameplay as well. It shouldn't be the case if it looks good, but that's probably not how it's going to be in game, you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, they've had better days as far as the trailers go. But you see, we're not getting a ton, like as far as like gameplay mechanics and stuff like that. We're getting glimpses, like we know now because we got the context to play in the game. But we're getting glimpses of certain stuff, like the rolling thunder, overhands, ground and pound, different takedown animations, the chaining takedowns like we just saw right there, the slam out of the armbar, which we're going to see right here. But everything's been in-game footage, like actual in-game footage. So it hasn't been anything CGI like. So it looks like we can at least expect like actual glimpses of what it will look like when we're playing from the UFC 5 reveal trailer, just from that small little breakdown. I think that's it, right? Are they showing anything else? Oh, they did. Hold on. Oh, this is with Tyson Fury. You know, it's funny. I forgot this was even at the end of the trailer. Fury and Joshua. Now, the boxers replacing Fury and Joshua just happen to be Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson now. So talk about an upgrade. You know what I mean? But I think when it comes to the UFC 5 trailer, we're gonna get a lot of good information just as far as like what to expect for the most part. We won't get the in-depth like gameplay mechanic details. Usually the gameplay trailer will go over certain like gameplay stuff that they're like focusing on for the new reveal. There's always those things they focus on as far as like marketing for the UFC games that they put a lot of effort towards. So I assume we'll see that in the gameplay reveal, but for the base, you know, just like reveal trailer type thing, we'll see like hints at what we'll be seeing in the gameplay trailer, but the majority of it will be graphics, maybe a couple different new animations, some crazy spinning animations. Maybe we'll see the calf kick in there, some new stuff that they rework. They'll show us stuff like that. They won't go too in depth and stuff, but they'll show us stuff like that to try to get us excited about certain things. And I'm really interested to see how they go about this. How brutal are they going to get? It's rated M for mature, so we know they have the ability to get brutal with it, but how brutal are they going to get? I'm real curious to see that. I'm curious to see if like they did at the end of this trailer, are we going to see the models for Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali and maybe even Fedor? Are we going to see all three? Will we see none? I think the way they did this one, I think we'll at least see one of them. But if I had to choose the most likely candidate, I mean, they showed two in this one, so it's only right that they would show us two in UFC 5, right? But we know Mike Tyson's coming as DLC along with Muhammad Ali and Fedor. So it's gonna be cool. I mean, seeing Fedor in a modern day UFC game is gonna be insane. I also think we'll see some new mechanics returning back to the game, such as the grounded elbow strikes, some improved ground and pound. Usually they always will like include like a big like showy type of takedown that leads to some pretty devastating ground and pound. So they think, like in the trailer you saw the Khabib slam, and then the like if you really look at the ground and pound for UFC 4, like you trying to tell me this is supposed to be brutal for a game? Like let's look at this. Like that animation just gets me, dog. That neon belly animation,
dog shit.
like it does not look brutal whatsoever. But hopefully we get some, like, you know, little peeks at how brutal the ground and pound can get. Maybe it's just like some submissions, like the transition submission based system. That would be pretty sick to see. Of course, the striking. I mean, the striking UFC 4 for the most part is, I think it's in a good base. Hopefully they've just improved upon it and not really changed up a ton of stuff. But I'd be curious to see that, obviously. But for me personally, I'm most curious 100% for the ground game. I'm real curious to see how the ground and pound looks, how the transitions look. Can you transition into a submission? How does that look? What does that look like, right? Things like that I'm really curious to see if they showcase in the reveal trailer. Because I know, I mean, the striking is one thing. The striking's always going to be in there. It's like, you don't really need to like expect to see nothing crazy when it comes to striking. Of course, it'd be cool to see some new animations, but realistically, the ground game in UFC 4 to me was terrible. So I'm looking forward to the ground game in UFC 5 by a mile, especially with the leaks that came out about how the ground game is going to be. Definitely looking forward to see how that's going to be. With that being said, man, I didn't want to make this video too long. Just want to go over my thoughts and what we might be able to expect in EA UFC 5 reveal trailer. Is coming on Thursday the 7th at 11 a.m. Eastern time. But with that being said, man, I've been your host, Darhkseid. I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Take it easy.